How's it going, everybody? My name is Kevan Kenney. It is just after 1 p.m. here in New York City, and this is Billboard Live. I'm joined today by a group of gentlemen who first formed back in 2000, and in 2 short years, less than 2 short years, they had 2 top 10 singles and a top 5 record. By a group of gentlemen who first formed back in 2000, and it's pretty amazing. We're getting feedback issues here in New York City, but it is live. That's part of the name of the show, so let's see what you expected. But O-Town, I'm trying to hype you guys up. O-Town is here, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Now, I want to talk, before we get, you just dropped a new single, like literally moments ago. It's an exclusive listen on Yahoo. It's called Empty Space, and you wrote it. But before we get to that, I want to talk about how you're just making music these days. I think it's so cool. It's fan-funded. Yep. It's totally fan-backed. You're totally independent now. And Eric, how did that come about, and what's it like as a musician making music that way?
Well, we went on tour last year, and at that point we decided we had a lot of momentum, so we decided to go to Kickstarter. We put the Kickstarter goal at 47,000, and we hit that goal in 7 hours.
Oh my God!
And then throughout the month, we created stretch goals, and at the end, we had over 80K. Wow! So it allowed us to go back into the studio and record music. Now, it's not the biggest budget in the world for on record industry standards.
Yeah.
So we decided to take it upon ourselves to just produce, write, and do everything ourselves.
Right. Now, and for a band that maybe you took a little bit of some years off, you're back. You've been back now for a number of years. Was there any nervousness, starting that crowdfunding campaign of are the fans going to be there? Do they want this record?
I definitely looked at Jacob.
There was a little bit, yeah, because we came up with all the incentives ourselves while we're on My2k, and you asked the fans what they thought, getting feedback, but you still have that thing in your back of your mind that okay, if we don't reach it, I'm going to have to come out of pocket. I'm going to push this. I'm going to make sure that we make this next record regardless.
Yeah.
And I know that my 30 days of that whole campaign is just going to be Kickstarter. And I sat down, and right as I went, I launched it 3 minutes early just to make sure there was no problems. And within the 2-minute period, we had $2,000. But I hadn't announced that it was up yet.
Oh, so
I just launched it, and somehow people are donating. It was like, I never posted it's up. What's going on? So within 7 hours, we had totally funded. I mean, that day was a big party. I was running around the house oh my God, we're going to do it. Who wants to go for drinks? I'm celebrating tonight. I don't care.
Tequila.
We all live in separate cities too, so we're all calling each other is this really happening right now? And that's why it was at 47,000, because if you don't make that mark, you can't get any of the money.
You don't get anything. That's right.
So we didn't expect to surpass it by double by any means.
That's crazy. No, Jacob,
We should have asked for more.
Not looking back.
We got exactly what we needed. Thank you.
Dan was telling me before, Jacob, that you're actually co-managing the band as well.
Right.
So you're totally independent. What's it been like kind of crossing over from performer, part manager?
Well, I come from a big business family, so for me it was not just proving that I'm a singer, or I can do this as a profession. To me it meant a lot, and just as much really to be successful in business.
Yeah.
And when you get in this very young, you're thinking, I'm just going to be a singer. That's what I want to do with my life. But it's music business, and you have to know both, or you get in situations like us and many bands have in the past. So after O-Town, I went back to school. I was working on my master's for business when we put the band back together. Now, we were doing so much. I mean, I was sleeping 3 hours a day. So I put my master's on hold and took the reins of the band. It's let me do this. I'll do it for free because we don't have money. So let me just trust me to do this. Let me use what I just spent all this money on a degree for.
And he's so good. He's so good.
They still 3 years later trust me to
It's
do
an
this.
easy pitch when we have no money.
Right, I'm not going to take a commission. I'm just going to do it for free, prove I can do it, and then I'll take a commission once I prove I can do it. So they were really nice to let me take the reins there, and obviously it wouldn't happen if we don't check with each other.
Right.
I mean, management's basically putting their ideas, making them happen, whether it's funding the album, artwork, anything. So I'm just facilitator.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are, obviously a good decision. You guys are on quite a roll as a band. One of the songs that have come out of that crowdfunded recording session is Empty Space, which, Dan, you wrote. As I said, it's available now on Yahoo, probably on O-Town official social media, and it's an exclusive listen right now. It literally dropped within the past hour. Talk about that writing process and if there's any funny stories or interesting stories about where the song comes from.
Well, while I was writing it, I was thinking of, even though it seems about a relationship, it really for me was just about what it was like when the band wasn't together, and just having this space in your life that used to be occupied by all this stuff and it's not there anymore. But I wasn't sure if the guys would like it because I was just sitting at the piano writing it, and I just kept coming up with this line, space, because Eric, there's a funny, from one of our very first shows, we were first time wearing the Britney head mic thing.
Yeah, of course.
And we were so worried about everything going perfectly back in the day, and so we're walking on stage, not used to having the mic right in front of our face. And Eric, we were running out on stage, and Trevor yells into his mic, "Spacing!" because he wanted us all to like
Remember our spacing.
Remember our spacing. And Eric, in the most quick and like
And it goes over the
thoughtful
mic.
way,
Spacing!
out to the whole crowd. And Eric, in the quickest way, just goes, "Space, space, space," to try to make it sound cool, like to try act like it was on
It's
purpose.
been a joke for 16 years.
So like I was writing the song and I did it, and when I wrote the song is like, and once you leave, there'll only be empty space, space, space. That's how I was thinking in my head. And I was like, if I sing this, guys, there's no way they're not gonna like it. But luckily they did like it, and they actually and they didn't hear the reasoning behind it until like the recording session to do it.
Yeah, now we love it even more.
So tell us a little bit about the song. You're actually going to perform it here in a couple of moments on Billboard Live, but you touched on some themes there. Maybe it's about a relationship, but tell us a little bit more about the song, about how it came together.
Yeah, it was. It came out of a session really out of nowhere. I went to a session in LA to work with a producer named Fancy Cars, and we were actually co-writing with Allie from Fifth Harmony on a song. We were doing a totally random co-writing session, and then after that session finished, I was like, well, I was gonna go get some dinner, but what are you doing right now? He's like, well, you want to do another song? And I was like, yeah, I have this thing I've been working on the piano, and it just kind of went, and the whole song was done in about 15 minutes. Like
Crazy.
it was just done, and it turned out really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have been busy the past couple of years. You put an album in 2014. You've been touring. Trevor, something I want to talk to you about is the My2k Tour from last year.
yeah.
You were with 98 Degrees, Ryan Cabrera, and Dream, right? Is that the
Yeah,
lineup?
it was awesome. We had such a great time on that tour. We hadn't been on like a tour like that since we toured with Britney back in the day.
Wow.
And so this was 39 cities. We're back on a somewhat bus. It's called a bandwagon. We shared it with Ryan Cabrera. It's just like, shoot, 7 dudes living on a bus for 2 months.
It's a life, man.
Sounds miserable, but it was so fun, man. It was just good to be out and be in front of a lot of people that really hadn't known that we were back together yet. And we got in front of a lot of fans that, like I said, didn't know we were back together, and they donated to the Kickstarter. So it was a really good thing, and now we're going back out with Ryan actually again
I was
in
gonna
July.
say, right? On the
yeah,
cruise.
we
You're
have
gonna
the
be here in
Rocks
New York
Off
on a
concert
cruise?
cruise in New York, July 23rd. It's a 3-level boat. There's going to be drinks on every level. There's going to be us performing, Ryan Cabrera performing. We're going under the Statue of Liberty, the Brooklyn Bridge. It's going to be amazing. Basically the greatest boat party of all time. July 23rd. You can get tickets at otownofficial.com.
That's amazing.
Did
Now,
you just
did
get paid for that?
I didn't. It just kind of flowed out of my mouth that way.
now, did you guys know Ryan before you toured last summer?
Yeah, we've known Ryan since back in the day.
I didn't, but I love that kid.
Is he a cool dude?
Yeah. We made great, fast friends. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's interesting. I would have said you definitely knew him because you guys are so close. They were really
Yeah,
close.
Really?
we were fast friends, absolutely. Yeah,
That's
it was cool.
awesome.
Everybody was like, "Oh God, this is gonna be terrible for you," because he's a partier, and I, we go out.
Yeah.
So we're like, "Oh, this is gonna be really bad. I don't think they're ever gonna make it to the stage." But he was very calm.
Yeah.
He was very good. We're all members of the Buffalo Club. You don't know what that is? You can look it up.
That's right.
Lots of drinks.
And we taught him how to play Farkle.
Yes.
What is Farkle?
Farkle is the band
It's
game.
the greatest dice game of all time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's all.
In our opinion.
In your opinion, yeah. I know it sounds a
Hours and hours and countless 20s lost.
See, some of the fans that donated to the Kickstarter, a lot of them donated for dates and like come backstage. And the first thing we do when they come backstage is teach them how to play Farkle.
Right on. It's a rite of passage, it sounds like.
It's either
'cause they
Farkle
always
or-
win. They get that beginner's luck, and everybody throws in money, and you're like, yeah. It's just a pride thing. We like to win.
It's either Farkle or
Cornhole.
bags, cornhole.
Bags, yeah.
Cornhole, right on, like bag. Yeah, absolutely. Any crazy tour stories or just funny little anecdotes from beyond that? 98 Degrees is there, Ryan's there, Dream is there. Anything come to mind? Thinking back to last summer.
Well, last summer, the highlight, I think, was when we all went on stage together. And obviously, it was right after Prince's death. So we did an ode to Prince. And us, Dream, Ryan Cabrera, and 98 Degrees all went on stage in a big medley for Prince. And that was definitely one of the more memorable moments. And every show was different. Every show we would be paired up with somebody different. And it was just a cool energy to be sharing in Prince's music together with all of us.
Absolutely, man.
cool.
What a special moment.
Yeah, it's fun too because we all came from the same era. We know a lot of the same people. We worked with a lot of the same people, and we've all been screwed over by people in the music business. And here we are 10, 15 years later, just kind of reminiscing, and we can really relate to all of them. It was fun time.
Definitely, definitely. Now, the tour is not ending. You guys are actually, it's so crazy, I can't believe it. You're leaving here and essentially just heading straight to Virginia tonight for a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, actually, we're leaving tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, we're doing
same day.
We got some more press to do
Cutting it
tomorrow.
close.
Then we're leaving, going to Virginia, and then we go to like Indiana, Chicago. We're doing like 10 cities. And
Yeah,
then we'll
tell
be
us a
back.
little bit about these shows coming up.
Yeah, so we do like anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 seat clubs.
Nice.
We try to do on this run. We try to do 10 or 11 shows at a time because he's got the family at home and the 2 kids, so we don't try to keep him away too long. The My2k thing was crazy because
I can't imagine.
luckily we'd have like 2 or 3 days off at a time, so he would get to fly home and have to fly back. So it was crazy, pretty hectic for this guy, but
it's a little easier this time around.
So this time we're just we got like a little 9-city run just through like the Midwest, East Coast.
Do you like those shows? I mean, this is such a new leaf you guys are turning over. You know, you talk about being on the road with Britney, and I can't even imagine what that was like way back in the day. But playing these 500 to 1,000 person venues, how do you like that?
We love it, the intimacy, and you get to hear the stories from the fans, and these are like the diehards.
Yeah.
So they stick around. Our VIP, we spend a lot of time with them. We play acoustic songs from back in the day that we don't play. Everybody gets photos and hugs, and we do Instagram stories with them. We're really just about spending time.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, everybody that buys a T-shirt gets a selfie with us. So
Oh,
we're
that's
there.
awesome.
We're there like all night with them, hanging and drinking, and it becomes like this party that we all just had together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Every ticket we sell, and everything is just so much more gratifying these days, just
I
because
bet.
we're so invested in it personally, much more so than we were 15 years ago. So it's like every little success, every single, literally like every one person who buys a ticket, and you can see it grow. Like we see all that.
Yeah.
We're watching the numbers go up and up and up, and it's all like way more gratifying than it's ever been in our careers.
We don't have a TV show anymore.
No. That's
So
the whole thing.
anyone who is
Yet.
following us
Yet.
right now,
Yet.
and anyone who's following us right now is either a fan of us from before or is a new convert. So it's exciting. We had incentives for the Kickstarter,
Yeah.
so a lot of us have Skype calls that we have to take with individual fans, and we were
No way.
Yeah, and that's one of the incentives. So we spend 15 minutes talking on the Skype call with a particular fan. I'll tell you, 80% of the fans that I spoke to were off that My2k tour last year.
Wow.
And so we have new converts who are starting coming around and discovering O-Town for the first time.
Yeah.
Another tidbit, 80% of all the Skype calls are also to Eric. 80% of everyone that bought a Skype call bought it for Eric. So he had a lot of Skype calls. And he got to talk to a lot of the fans, which was really cool, like you said, to hear their stories, their personal stories of how they even heard about the Kickstarter. And
Yeah.
like he said, a lot of it was My2k and just diehards from back then. It's really cool, man. It's really
The way
cool.
we did it is because we're all together, so we're answering and doing these Skype calls in between rehearsal. So we're in rehearsal, sweating and
Oh, I
dripping,
bet.
and we're dancing again. So we're like, "Why are we dancing?" And then we're too old to dance, and like we're doing this. And then I would jump on a Skype call, and then I talk to them, and I see the eyes of the fans. And you go back to rehearsal, you have
Oh,
like
man.
a brand new fire, and you're doing
Absolutely.
it for a reason,
Yeah. Well, you guys have talked about, you're still doing this after so many years. I thought we'd play a fun game because whether you want to admit it or not, you've outlasted a lot of your contemporaries from back in the day. So this is a game we've invented. We're going to split you guys up into 2 teams. It's called Boy Band Or. So I'm going to give you a name, a title, and you have to tell me, this is happening on Billboard Live, people, if this is a boy band that I'm naming right now, or if it's something else. So I'll give you 2 options to choose from.
And do we have to write the something else, or do we just write something else?
Well, actually, I'm going to give you something else.
So 2
perfect.
teams, me and
2
Dan?
teams,
Okay.
yeah.
So we don't
Trevor and
need-
Dan.
All right, well, we know we're
Eric
going
and
against
Jacob.
Trevor,
There
so
we go.
have
We're
to
going to get
win,
rid of
so we're
this.
gonna hear about this forever.
All right, so I got 10.
win everything.
No, he doesn't. He just won't stop talking about it when he finally does win.
All right.
You guys do
one
need that
creepy
reality
voice
show.
guy.
So 10 names. They could be boy bands. They could be something else. No cheating, Dan and Jacob. So here's round 1. I'll say the name, and then I'll give you the options. Soul Decision. Is that a boy band or a line of exercise classes? And you can play along at home if you want to comment down in the Facebook comments, YouTube, wherever you're watching us right now. All right.
Someone's a faster writer.
So that's number 1.
We were figuring out how to do
Let's
it.
see. What did boy band or exercise class?
Boy band.
Boy band?
But I also get extra credit because they're from Canada.
Oh, yeah? I get extra credit because the lead singer's name is Trevor.
All right, that is 1 point apiece. They knew that. Canada and Trevor. I love it. Yeah, get rid of those. All right, here's the second. Boy band or. Boy band or. Take 5. Is that a boy band or a candy bar? Again, you can play along at home. You're more than welcome to on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope. All right. They're still deliberating on Team Trevor and Dan. What do we think over here, Jacob?
Bay band.
A Bay Band.
The Bay Band.
A Bay Band.
It's really supposed to read boy.
Oh.
Sorry.
They're from San Francisco. And now,
Boy band.
You think boy band?
4 of the 5 members' names.
I have no idea who those people are because that is a candy bar.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Take
Take
five.
Five.
It's a boy band.
Take
Is it
5
also
was
a boy
signed to
band?
Lou Pearlman.
We get an extra point for that one.
It could
Somebody-
actually be both.
It might
Is
be
it both? My information, my research.
That
Wow.
That would have been extra.
Oh my
credit
gosh,
if
you
wrote
guys
Ryan.
should just like take this over.
We got all 5.
It's like
Sorry,
when the
Ryan
fans
was the
play
5th
Fargo.
name I was missing. It's
That is-
Tilkey, Stevie,
I mean, where would we
TJ,
come up with
Clay,
the name
and
Tilkey?
Ryan.
Oh my gosh. All
Can we
right.
get statistician
Somebody
on that?
told me that was a candy bar. My information needs to be verified. This is off to a great start.
That's
on
with the
Billboard
bull.
Live.
Looks like we're beating Billboard on this one. Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. Westlife. Is that a boy band or a retirement community? Those are the options we're giving you today. Westlife.
might be double.
Boy, yeah, right. Let's see. Boy band. Okay.
Boy band.
Boy band. All right, you guys are. It's
Interesting
tied up.
tidbit. They covered All or Nothing.
And released it in the UK.
Wow.
Number 1 again.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
job,
3 to
Dan.
3 right now.
Good job, Dan.
This is all tied up. All right, let's try to speed through these things.
tied up?
Next up, we've got Big Time Rush. Is that a boy band or an energy drink?
I'm killing this
Boy
game.
band or energy drink?
Killing this game.
Big Time Rush. Again, feel free
Actually,
to
a really
play
good name
along.
for an energy drink, though.
Right? What do we got?
But
Boy band?
it's a boy band.
And
Boy
they're
band.
from Nickelodeon. That's another tidbit.
Trevor's killing it. When I go to my trivia night, Trevor's coming with me.
Name one of the singers. Carlos Pena.
Oh! This is insane.
That's good.
I was trying to make these easy. All right, 4 to 4. I don't know who's going to win this thing. Okay, here's another one. Justice Crew. Is that a boy band or a Saturday morning cartoon? Justice Crew. Saturday morning cartoon or boy band?
Cartoon.
Cartoon? Cartoon? That's a boy band. Oh! Apparently that's a boy band.
Wait.
Is it also a cartoon? What? Justice Crew. We're gonna verify that one. We're gonna move
We'll
on
get back
the
to
next.
that. We'll get back to that.
Verification
This is
team.
a
We both put the
controversial
same
game
thing,
on
so it
Billboard
doesn't,
Live
doesn't
today.
matter.
All right, either way.
All right. Hey, and if anybody's watching right now, you can confirm on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know.
let us know that.
All right, next up, Paper Towns. Is that a boy band or a young adult novel? I'm a terrible reader, so I wouldn't know this one. Paper Towns, boy band or young adult novel? They're playing like Pictionary over here.
By the way, this is how Jacob spelled novel.
Oh yeah, I can't turn that in. I didn't turn it into the teacher yet.
Spelling does count here on
Novel.
Billboard Live.
Novel.
I didn't turn it
Okay,
in.
Dan, Trevor, what do you say?
I said novel.
You said novel. You said boy. That's a novel. Ooh. So that is 4 to 3. My
That's
estimation.
5 to 4, but with
5 to
all
4.
our extra tidbits, we have to remember that.
That wasn't in the rules.
5 to 4.
Can't make up your own rules when there's.
You guys, right?
It's true.
I'd be a great GameStar host, wouldn't I? All right, next up, we have C-Note. C-Note. Is that a boy band or a Samsung cell phone?
That would be a good cell phone.
Boy band.
By the way, timing should probably be in the judging of this.
We're
Yes.
just adding. We're just adding some.
We need a
tidbits.
panel.
We're just adding tidbits. Spanish Fly was their #1 song.
Tidbits weren't even
This is
part of the
crazy.
game.
We're just doing it to
wanna
do it.
like
We're
a
just letting everyone know that
Billboard
we know other
series
things.
Where
Other things.
O-Town plays trivia. This is incredible.
I started
All
this,
right,
by the
so this is let's say 6 to 5. 6 to 5 right now. All right, we got 3 more left. Up and Up. Is that a boy band or a line of detergent? Up and Up. Again, let us know at home if you're watching right now if you think that's a boy band or a detergent. Up and Up. Okay. We may have an answer over here.
We got an answer.
Okay. You say boy band.
Detergent.
It is a detergent. That is a Target exclusive, by the way.
know I know
From
that 'cause I got
Target.
kids.
That's right. Way to go, Dan.
There you go.
Danny Daycare.
Okay, so now it's tied up, right? 6 to 6. This is okay. So we got 2 left. Next up, Light Funky One.
Oh, come on.
Is that a boy band or my nickname in high school?
Oh!
Or both?
Wait.
Dude, I was pretty funky back in the day. All right, we got LFO boy band. LFO boy. It is a boy
Shout
band.
out to
It's a boy
Rich.
band.
Boys.
There you go.
Devin.
Shout out to
LFO.
Devin. Shout out to Brad.
All right, the last one. It's tied up. This is the tiebreaker. If we go into overtime, we have to all play Farkle. All right, Pony Boy. Is Pony Boy a boy band or a literary character? Literary character or boy band? Pony Boy. It's a cool name either way. Pony Boy. And this will be, this will be a tiebreaker.
Just for S's and G's.
Okay.
I thought you said
You know what? It is. You guys are both right. It's a tie.
Good job, guys.
Do it for Johnny.
On the first ever edition
job.
of Boy Band Or here on Billboard Live.
We just don't have to listen
I
to
wish you could
anybody
see. Can we get a shot, Joey, of the aftermath?
Of our,
I say we
our
go.
carbon footprint.
You know what? I say we should just
amazing.
like go to the audience and just be like, I mean, you think somebody answered better than the other team?
Maybe they were just more engaged.
All tied up. If anybody lost, I lost because I don't know my candy bars or boy bands. But guys, thank you so much for playing that game. We've kind of talked your ear off enough, I think. You
Yes.
came here to play the new single, and I'm so excited to hear this. I'm so excited for you to perform this. Is this the first ever performance of it?
This is our first ever performance of this song on Billboard, yes.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, dropped just around an hour ago. Nice lead in. I'm going to get out of your way. This is Empty Space, as written by Dan, performed by O-Town. Guys, please take it away.
Thanks, Kev.
Thank you.
All right. One more time for O-Town, everybody.
Hey.
Awesome. That was killer, guys.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That was, so is that it? Or you think you one more song, or
Well,
what are
I
you
feel
thinking?
like it's not complete O-Town show unless we finish it the O-Town way.
I agree.
That's true.
I agree. I know where your head's at.
You know where my head's at.
I know where your head's at.
Dan, do you know where my head's at? This is totally spontaneous.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
You go.
Ready?
Cause I want it all or nothing at all. There's nowhere left to fall. When you reach the bottom, it's now or never. Is it all? Or are we just friends? Is this how it ends? With a simple telephone call, you leave me here with nothing at all.